feel the stab of stringent eyes staring daggers at me coming from a boy with unwieldy hair. What the? Oh, it's this guy. What a rebel! Alright, we can head to my place after club. Sounds good? Do you even have everything we need for baking? I'll drop by at the store and get the stuff we need.
You already said that.
And we are back for more Doki Doki Triple Trouble. So, last time we started off our senior year, celebrated the club anniversary at the Literature Club, so guess happy anniversary to the Literature Club. And now we're taking home Natsuki, and now it's time for the response. And before I begin, I just wanted to say thank you guys for the votes that I'll be voicing Natsuki with Lumpy Space Princess's voice. So, I guess now it's gonna be Lumpy Space Natsuki from now on. So, thank you guys for the votes. I really appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's begin. I look to her, ready to finally give my response. Yeah, I know. I mean, well, considering that Natsuki said that I had a crush on her at the first, the early days? Yeah, the early days of the Literature Club. We all know that, unless if you're going for her in the base game, that is. What? I know. What do you mean you know? Of course I knew you were into me. How? You came over to bake cupcakes for the festival and then I pinned you to the wall and you were like, "Oh, Frankun." And then I licked the frosting off your finger and then we almost kissed. What do you think I am? Mentally deficient? But Natsuki pushes herself away from me. Then what? Were you not into me? Oh no, I totally was. Then why did you date Sayori right after all that happened? That's complicated. She was going through a rough time and the truth is, I loved Sayori, so I thought that dating her would make both of us happy. But I end up realizing that I didn't love Sayori in that way. Oh, not romantically? Alright. Then you dumped her? Oh, I couldn't do something like that to save my life. Oh, breaking poor old little Sayori's heart would make me heartbroken. Dear lordy. No, we just mutually ended it. Luckily, she realized the same thing I did. So we decided that being friends helped us more than being what we were for that month. Oh, okay, so I guess it just doesn't work, you know. Okay, I understand. But still, that kind of hurts though. And you're sure that she felt the same way? That's what she told me. Afterwards, I just never got around to trying things out with you. There are too many moving pieces, plus, I wasn't sure you were still into me. She dragged herself sullenly back to me, wrapping her arm around me once more. Well, I was. Not anymore? I'm dating Kazuya, Finn. Nowadays, I still... You're making me all sappy and shit. I still like being around you, but it's more like you're my senpai. Oh, yeah, cause like, she's... I'm not gonna dwell into that too much. I'm your... What? Did you say that entirely ironically? Well, you're my upperclassman, and that technically makes you my senpai. We don't live in Japan. You just can't say that. Huh? So what is this, a parody of Japan or something? Or a spoof? Morella, You've been reading way too much manga. Weeb. Lumpy Space Natsuki is a weeb. I'm just joking. Not really, but okay. He shakes her head and finally releases me from her and on and off grip. With her thumb, she points to the large house across the street, telling me that it's hers. Wow, that was quick. Talking about our virginities was fun. We should do this more often. Don't get clingy on me, Finn. That's Kazuya's job, right? Right. She slowly walks away, turning her back to me. Before she makes much distance, I call out her name one more time. My call is accompanied by the scrunch of one more dead autumn leaf, accentuating its stage. What's up, man? Can I, tell you a secret? Since we're out here bearing our souls to each other already, I don't see why not. I swallow a coarse lump in my throat as 5 years of built-up insecurity tries to claw its way out. I never thought that anyone would really find me attractive. What about Sayori? Sayori doesn't count. Natsuki laughs incredulously, but the honest mood doesn't fade. I said I knew that you were into me, but I really didn't. So, thanks for telling me. Jeez, you sound like a sad puppy who finally got a plate of food. I find myself muttering under my breath. More like a sad huge dog with muscles and shit. Like, no, German Shepherd ain't the one. Bull Terrier? A Doberman. Okay, yeah, I think it could be a Doberman. Okay, I see. Yep, I'm a Doberman, but technically not, because I'm. Anyway. Okay. Well, don't tell anybody I said this, because I will kill you if you do. I got a reputation to keep. People can know I'm being all nice and stuff. But you're a handsome guy. You're sweet. You're a good listener. Any girl would be lucky to have you. I feel a smile come on as the autumn breeze finally takes over. Thanks. No problem, you doofus. See? You don't always have to be such a bitch. Don't ruin the moment. See you tomorrow morning? Where else am I gonna get my homework from? I laugh and turn away, ready to head back to my house. Suddenly, I hear a loud cough coming from her direction. Turning back around to face her, I see her with her arms outstretched, inviting me into her heart once more. You know, Natsuki, you were never this touchy before. Just give me the damn hug, you loser. If you insist. I approach her and wrap my arms around her, pulling her into me. Fern? Yeah? Call me Nat. It's shorter. Fitting. Instead of the expected punch to the gut, I receive a cute giggle. She pulls away from the hug, and with a small wave, she finally heads back into her house. Am I stupid for thinking that there may be more to this conversation than she's letting on? Or you could say that there's something much more than meets the eye. As long as my bro's got the touch, then he's got the power. I don't want to make any assumptions and make a fool of myself, but I can't help seeing an awkward trend forming. Oh well, that's a problem for future me to handle. I trust future me. He'll probably make sure everything's okay. Oh yes, I can count on myself for that one, so he'll be alright.
Doki Doki Triple Trouble.
Oh, October 3rd, second month of senior year. Oh man, Dash Suki. It's been so long since I heard that voice in like 2 years now. Hey, Dash Suki. Hey, still remember me? Jay and the others? I know you've been busy and all that kind of stuff, but if you're watching this right now, you're a real one. You're a real homie, my guy. hopefully, if you have time, we can talk whenever, whatever, however. So, anyway, the clecks of glassware steal my focus as I try my hardest to be careful with the overly delicate lab equipment. It's my first day as my chemistry's teacher's assistant, so it's in my best interests not to screw up. It's mostly menial work, but if it helps prop up my resume, I'll take it. A gasp echoes through the quiet room, somehow making its way to my end of the room. Before I can figure out the source, a pink blur charges towards me at full force. Definitely not Amy Rose. I immediately move away from the glassware. I put my hands out in an attempt to stop the raging bull. Thankfully, she comes to a steady stop, reducing any risk of unwanted physical damage. Although, it seems mental and emotional damage are still on the table. Emotional damage! Okay, never mind. What are you doing here, you idiot? This is normal cam, not advanced cam. I'm actually interning for Mr. White during my study hall. Are you in this class? Mr. White! What? Okay, I guess we're gonna cook up something real good here. What's that chemical again? I don't know, I mean, sorry, I've seen the meme. I have not watched, Breaking Bad. Maybe at some point I will, but hey, if I'm gonna intern for Mr. White, alright, let's cook. Dude, yes. This class is about to be so much more fun. Nat leaps at me, her grip like a vice. I smile awkwardly, hoping not too much attention is drawn to me. However, I notice something off in the distance. I feel the stab of stringent eyes staring daggers at me coming from a boy with unwieldy hair. What the? Oh, it's this guy. What are you, some sort of a Super Saiyan knockoff? Oh, don't even try me. I got armor, my guy. Nat, class is gonna start. Come over here. Carl, bottom of the barrel. Makes sense. Don't be such a buzzkill, Carl. I ain't a buzzkill. I'm like super hype. Natsuki lets go of me, and with a shrug of her shoulders, she makes her way to her desk. Which is right next to this Carl guy. I awkwardly try my best to wave at him, but he seems unimpressed. Alright, class, we're about to start, so take your seat. Finn, I need to sort out the bottles in the stockroom. Already on it, sir. Already on it, sir. What a tool, right, Nat? The spiky-haired brat lets out a hyena-like cackle, attracting the ire of me and Mr. White. When's Jessie gonna come in here? Nat doesn't seem all that amused, her only contribution to the exchange being a cocked eyebrow. I return to my assigned work. Whatever that was, it isn't really worth my time. After what feels like an eternity, I finish rearranging the contents of the stockroom, yet something still feels wrong. Mr. White will figure out on it on his own time since class is wrapping up anyhow. Okay. Hey, dummy, come over here. Walking over to her while stretching my locked up muscles, I start up one of our many bantery exchanges. Dude, you can just call me by my name. Whatever you say, senpai. That's still not my name, and I'm pretty sure I hate being called senpai. Oh my lordy, sounds like a whole lot of not my problem. I try to find the perfect retort, but nothing comes out. Natsuki giggles mischievously while I sigh in defeat. Gotcha. What do you want, Nat? What do you want, Nat? Well, Mr. Sass, I want you to try these. She opens her bag and pulls out a container with 5 yellow cake-like squares with a pile of confectioner's sugar on top. What are those? These are lemon squares. It was a new recipe I wanted to try out. Tell me what you think. Silly Nat. Lemons aren't squares. Lemon grab. I'm sure he's gonna be impressed or unimpressed. I don't know. Unacceptable or acceptable. Maybe. Silly Nat. Just eat the damn cakes, you idiot. Ever since she made those cupcakes for my first day at the club, I've been a firm believer in the fact Natsuki is a world-class chef slash baker. If there's a difference, which I'm convinced there isn't. I think it's one of the other, but otherwise, kind of. At least, yeah, I can't even speak properly, my tongue stops working. I take a lemon square out of the container, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki stares at me intently, making it very clear she's waiting for my reaction. I take a bite out of the corner of the lemon square. Whoa. The texture is like biting into a soft, fluffy pillow. Every bite is bursting with a sweet and citrusy sensation, tickling the inside of my mouth. It's almost like I could feel the lemons and sugar dancing on my tongue. The confectioner's sugar powdered on top ties everything together nicely. These taste incredible, Nat. Was there any doubt? Natsuki lets out a bellowed laugh like a cruel conqueror taking back her land. However, when she notices the wide, genuine smile I'm giving her, her hearty laugh slowly transforms into a cutesy giggle. But thanks, Finn. Now that they've passed your lowly taste test, these cakes can move on to better mouths. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
That's what she said. Definitely not my dick.
So, I sigh deeply. May I have another one? Wait, what? Since I'm such a generous goddess, yes, you may. You! Suddenly, that Carl guy bursts out of his chair and zigzags his way to us through the maze of desks. One of those are supposed to be for me. Right, I did promise you one. I hide my disappointment as I see Carl snatch a lemon square out of the container. Whoa. Such a height difference, huh? Okay. Not only you're a knockoff of a Super Saiyan, but also a shorty. I mean, I did kinda encounter someone once before during high school, but that's besides the point. Who is this guy? His name's Carl, and I'm the coolest guy you'll ever meet. Feel free to feel insecure. Weird that I never heard of you. Maybe next time you should listen when she mentions me, since I'm her best friend. You're not anyone's best friend, Carl. No need to be such a soon, Snat. Don't call me that. You know you like it. It was nice meeting you, Carl. Of course it is. I'm me. My mind starts to wonder how durable his face is. Oh, will it pass the... I don't have my diamond sword at the moment, but would he ever pass the test of my diamond sword with sharpness 5, fire aspect 2, unbreaking 3? Oh, I'm sure he would get smited. We're kind of in the middle of something right now, Carl, so... Oh, I got you. Well then, I'll see you later, Nat. Sure. Get a better haircut, you loser. Bruh. Carl bites into the square and exits the classroom, making sure to flash Natsuki a grin on his way out. I start twirling my dreads, wondering if there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with dreads. They're cool, they're hip. Don't listen to him. He's a bit of a douche. And he's your friend? Is that a problem? Kind of. I know Carl's a little shit, but he's still a good guy. More like, an egotistical piece of shit. Reminds me of that certain modding group. I'll take your word for it. She shrugs off my judgmental glare and takes out a lemon square from her container. And the last ones are for me. Didn't you make some for Kazuya? Of course I did, dummy. He's the first one who got a taste of this cake. You didn't think I wouldn't give my boyfriend any, did you? I suppose you're right. And maybe he might run your bakery. Did you save some for the girls? Nah, they already had their fill of my baking. Plus, I didn't have that many ingredients anyway. Right. Makes sense. I pick up my far too heavy bag and get ready to leave the class. Suddenly, I'm hit with a light purse to the face, startling me for a moment. Carry it for me. Who does she think she is? Making me carry her stuff? Like what, am I supposed to be her luggage man? Bruh. But at the same time, I mean, hey, nothing beats doing nothing, I suppose. Well, I mean, it's not too heavy, so... Flinging the purse over my other shoulder, Nat makes her way to my side as we push out to the crowded hallway. So, Finn, I was thinking... I try to find my way around the students rushing to their classes, making sure not to hit any of them on my way to my own class. Yeah? What do you think about doing some baking after the club? You can make some lemon squares out of it. Natsuki is just rushing through, forcing the people around her to make way. Like last year? Yeah, like last year. You did promise me to go... you did promise me another go at it. Did I? I come to a sudden stop, impeding the flow of student traffic in the hallway. A group of guys bump into me and Natsuki, pushing us off our balance. Sorry. Hey, watch where you're going, pricks. What are you, blind? The guys stare at each other blankly and scurry off, trying to avoid Natsuki's wrath. Oh yes, you may not want to touch these lumps. And my bakery. You sure you don't want to touch these bakeries, aren't you? Oh. Okay, I think this lumpy space voice is not a bad idea I came up for myself. Okay. Yay me. Man, what a bunch of idiots. Relax, Nat. They just bumped into us. It's disrespectful. I shrug the exchange off and continue moving through the hallway. Anyway, about the baking thing. Right, are you up for it? I did promise her. In any case, baking with Nat was pretty fun last time. I wouldn't mind doing it again. Yeah, sure. Why not? Your house or mine? Your house, duh. Same reason as last time? That would kill me, yes. And he's okay with you going over to a guy's house? What he doesn't know won't hurt him. What a rebel! Alright, we can head to my place after club. Sounds good? Do you even have everything we need for baking? I smile at her, yet my eyes remain wide open. Nat lets out a laughing sigh, taking notice that there's nothing behind them. I'll drop by at the store and get the stuff we need. For such a smart guy, you don't think a lot, do you? I'm smart? I mean, like I said, I'm a bit of a dum-dum myself. Damn, I didn't mean for that to come out. Well, it did. Watch out, Nat. Getting soft on me. Count your blessings, fan. With a wink and a seductive lift of her shoulder, she waves goodbye as she continues to push into the crowds of people walking to class. Seriously, bro, make way, dumbass. You don't want to touch these lumps. Oh, she's spicy, alright. With a side of, lump. I open the door to my classroom, ready to throw my heavy bag filled with school burdens out. Stretching my neck from a long day of sitting idly at school, I try to prepare myself for Nat's eventual arrival. Sluggishly, I walk into my home, only to be met with a normal wild ruckus of clashing noises coming from the kitchen. Mom? My mom peeks her head through the open kitchen doorway, and with one glimpse of me, her entire face lights up. Boy, come here. I walk over to the kitchen to see the average mess of boiling water, cut up tomatoes, onions, celery, and the loud whirring noise of a blender being put through its paces. Hey Mom, what are you doing? I'm trying to make lunch for you before I head off to work. Now, pick up a knife and help out cut some of these peppers up. Oh, Mom, see, and oh. Even though I'm granted the N-word pass, I can't say it. I can't say it. I don't want myself to get canceled right in front of you guys. So, okay, so apparently this version, I guess in this universe where, this. Okay, okay, I'm not gonna elaborate on that much further. Mom, didn't you get my texts? Texts? I see her centuries-old phone off in the corner of my eye, covered in flour and melted frozen peas. Picking it up, I point to its home screen, which is filled with texts from me. She grabs the phone from my hand and quizzically looks at it. I hand her the pair of reading glasses she uses, which then she finally reads the text I sent a few hours ago. Oh, so you're inviting your lady friend over? The one that isn't Sayori? Yeah, and we're gonna use the kitchen to bake. She's out getting the stuff for that right now. That's right. So I have to clean all of this up. Okay, let me just get the... I hold my hand out, stopping her frantic reach for the washcloth. I'll clean it up, Mom. You gotta get ready for work. She sighs in relief and grabs a hold of my cheeks. Pulling me in, she begins assaulting my cheeks with a multitude of rapid-fire kisses. Mom, hey, that tickles. I love you so much, my little weesy, you know that? I know. Love you too. I look at the messy countertops and the spills of miscellaneous ingredients and prepare myself mentally. She'll be here any minute now, so I'd better be quick. Don't want her to deal with my messes. Oh yeah, of course, because guests, you always have to clean things up for them. Ah, I guess that's her. Coming, I'll be right there. No, please, take your time. I'm only holding all of the baking supplies. Hanging the washcloth on the edge of the sink, I make my way over to the door. Quickly dusting myself off and straightening my hair, I open the door. Hey, Nat. Natsuki is barely balancing herself straight, with each of her arms being weighed down by bags carrying her precise baking needs. Oh! Oh, yo! Oh, it's her new look, and, this. Before I begin, I just wanted to say, at first, I wasn't a big fan of this jacket, because, well, let's just say, one of, Tuna Eternal didn't like the original because it just looks goofy and weird, but, I mean, that's fashion sense for you, and I completely understand that. But here, I think I'm slowly warming up to it. I can count this as like dark denim, so, hey, imagination. I can see this as dark denim for like early 2000s or late 1990s, so I can work with it. I'm slowly warming up to this design, so I don't mind. Anyway. Yeah, it's your personal pack mule. Now move aside, dummy. These things are heavy. Well, I was gonna offer to help, but it looks like you got this. Some gentleman you are. Nat pounds as she stomps her way inside with her muddy boots. I'm a gentleman to ladies who don't call me dummy. Ugh, whatever, dummy. Whatever. After making sure the door is closed, I stride up to Nat and take some of the bags out of her hands. I'm sorry it took long there. Alright, these bags go here. Nat hurriedly sets the grocery bags on top of the kitchen table, feeling a burden finally being lifted off of her. Well, I guess now we're settled in for the baking, but we're gonna end it here. The baking, well, let's just say handling her bakery would come in the next one. There we go, there's the wink.